Hey young learners, I'm back with Grammar Focus and my today's topic is could and couldn't. By the end of this video, you'll be able to practice could and couldn't for ability. Before we move on, I have a very interesting activity for all of you. Here is Grandpa and he's telling about his activities as a young man. So listen and number the picture.
Student's Book, page 25. 1. Listen and number the pictures.
When I was a young man 40 years ago, I could climb the highest mountains.
Could you really do that?
Yeah, and I could run up mountains with a big rucksack on my back.
Wow! Could you run fast?
Yes, of course. And I could run 20 kilometres without stopping.
You're the best!
I could jump higher than a tree.
Fantastic!
I could swim for 10 hours in a cold lake.
Have you noticed that when Grandpa was talking about his past activities, he was constantly using the word could or couldn't? For example, when he said, "When I was a young man 40 years ago, I could climb the mountain." Here, the use of could shows an ability in the past. We use could to mean that we were able to do something in the past. And then, on the contrary, we use couldn't to mean that we weren't able to do something in the past. Okay, so let's practice some sentences now. When I was young 40 years ago, I could jump higher than a tree. In this sentence, clause before could is telling a time limit of 40 years in which this old man was having an ability. The clause after could, jump higher than a tree, is that ability that man was having 40 years ago. So the sentence goes like, when I was a young man 40 years ago, I could jump higher than a tree. The second sentence is, her grandmother was bilingual. She could speak both English and Spanish. Now this sentence is about the grandmother who was bilingual and she could speak both the languages, that is English and Spanish. After reading this sentence, we can depict that the grandmother is no more, or either she has lost that ability to speak both the languages, and most probably we can say that she is no more in the world. That's why the word was is used here. So her grandmother was bilingual. She could speak both English and Spanish. The word could here is again telling about that ability she used to have. The third sentence is like, yesterday Peter couldn't do that exercise alone, so he called me for help. Here, the word couldn't is showing a disability or learning difficulty which Peter faced in doing that exercise. Therefore, he called his friend for help. In all these sentences, a past event is complemented with an ability or disability using the word could or couldn't. Now let's see how much you have got the concept. Fill in the blanks with could and couldn't for the sentences below. Number first, in 1950, people couldn't use mobile phones. This one has been done for you. Let's look at the second one. When his mother was young, she skate, but she can't do it any longer. Third, we opened the door. It was locked from the inside. Fourth, in 1900, people watched TV. Fifth, Mary's grandfather play chess, and he was the best. Sixth, in 1945, people dash play video games.